Guys, I painted my nails. Like, can we just appreciate this? I have not painted my nails probably since like October, maybe? Oh god, I don't know, but they're painted. Hey wannabaes, what is up? It is your girl Yesenia Wannabe MUA, and today we did a pretty much full face of first impressions. We got some brow products thrown in there, some lid colors, a new primer, new foundation, new concealer, new bronzer, new lipstick, just a whole heck of a lot of new products. And I really ended up liking most of it. So go ahead and stay tuned if you want to see how I achieve this look, what new products I'm talking about. Also, don't forget to check out my Instagram. I will have it linked below. I love you guys so much, and I can't wait for y'all to see how I achieve this look. So let's go ahead and get into it. Do me a favor. Pick me up, take me out later. Don't worry about no paper. Alrighty you guys, so like I said in today's intro, we are going to be doing a full face using a lot of new products. So I have everything laid out in front of me. Some of it was purchased online and most of it was purchased at Walgreens. So let's get into it. First thing I'm going to be using, I actually got 3 products. I ran out of my favorite brow pencil, which is this one from L'Oreal. This is the Brow Stylist Definer. Looks like this. I am in the shade Brunette, so I already know that I love this, but while I was there I knew that I needed a new brow gel, and then I got the attention from this little doodad. I feel like I've seen this in a video, but I don't remember. This is the Maybelline Tattoo Studio Brow Tint Pen. Looks like this, and it's one of those things that has like a little flick. It has like 3 little like things to like create brow like strokes, like hair like strokes. So I'm really excited to try this. I feel like I saw someone do a review on it and they hated it. So I also got this. This was recommended by ShanXO, I believe. I feel like she uses this a lot in her videos. This is the L'Oreal Brow Stylist Boost and Set. It's a brow gel and it does come in colors, so you can use like your own brow color if you want, just to like add some color, but my brows are pretty dark already, so I went with transparent just because I didn't want to like add more color to them. So let's get started with brows. Let's do this. So I'm going to go ahead and define my brows. I'm just gonna create the outline like I normally would, and that's why I just love this pencil so much, because it's such a thin little tip. So again, I'm using the Brunette pencil from L'Oreal. I love this pencil. So I think what I'm going to do is just make an outline, and then I can do those little brow tip things. I'm so nervous about that. So I went ahead and filled out the outline. Let's go ahead and try this. I'm seriously so scared, you guys. Okay, does this like blend out? It doesn't like blend, so I think whatever you do is kind of like stuck there. So let's just be careful with that. I'm just gonna put it like this and start going up. I don't know if I like see anything happening. I don't know. I'm gonna let that dry before I blend in, but I was gonna draw something over here and see if it like, it's just so light, like you can't even really see that. Do you see? It's just super light, like it doesn't come off dark. I wonder if it's because it's like drying. Let me just shake it. I don't really like the tone of this. It's very red. You can't tell on camera, but I think I would like this a lot more if they had like a darker color. So far though, the brows do look just natural, which is what I'm going for today, just because I'm not going to be doing a dramatic eye look. But I don't know. I really don't know how I feel about this. I feel like I would like it so much more if it was darker, because then I could actually see like the little hairs, like the hair-like effect. So I don't know. So these are my brows for today, and they actually look fairly nice, like just kind of soft and pretty. So I'm digging that whole vibe. Next, I'm going to try out the Boost and Set. This is supposed to make your brows look fuller. So I think if you were to buy a colored one, you could just run it through your brows and kind of make it look like you did something to them, but I didn't risk that. So this is what it looks like. It's like a matte black. And then it's like this little curved brush. It's like a little angled brush. So, let's see. Definitely spoolies through them nicely. That was fairly interesting. A lot of gel comes off though, so be careful. Almost dropped my mirror. So I like my brows to look more bushy in the front. And this is doing a fairly good job at that. For the next new product, I purchased some items off the Morphe website. This is the Morphe Eyelid Primer. I told you guys I've been wanting a primer just because I don't own one. And I thought I would test this one out. This one is in the shade Translucent. Looks like this. So let's just prime really quick. Oh, there's color. I wasn't expecting that because it says translucent. Like I thought it would just be like a clear kind of gel or something. I never hear anyone talk about this, so I'm kind of like skeptical because Morphe is like a talked about brand a lot. So I wonder if people have tried this and they just didn't end up liking it. It seems fairly oily. It's not like a concealer at all. It's like really kind of slick. Okay, you guys, let's do a super quick foundation. Let's do a super quick eyeshadow look. I'm not doing anything really crazy. I just want to see how this primer performs. Also, if my hair looks frizzy, I just blow dried it, so I didn't straighten it or anything, so it kind of looks like big. But let's do a super quick eyeshadow look. Nothing fancy, like literally probably just some color on the lid. I know I've been doing that a lot recently, and I'm so sorry, you guys. I will be coming out with more looks this week, so be on the lookout for that. But really quick, let's get into my Jaclyn Hill palette. This is such a versatile palette, you guys. You can just create so many simple, easy looks and so many diverse, creative looks. So I really like this palette for that reason. I'm just going to focus in on a lot of these neutral shades up here, maybe throw in some color here and there, but I'm not going to tell you guys the names. I'm just going to kind of show what I'm doing on the screen. So let me just go in with this shade right here with this Wet n Wild fluffy brush, and I want to use a fluffy brush just because I want to disperse it all over the lid. I don't want it to really be concentrated in one area. So let's go in with this, and so far there's not really any tugging on the eye. Sometimes with certain primers or concealers, it's hard to blend, like your brush will skip on your lid, but I'm not having that issue so far. It's gliding across fairly well. And as you can see, that shade was blended out fairly, just, what am I trying to say? I blended that shade to where you can barely like see it. It's not very pigmented. I'm just working in circular motions, and I'm just going to build this color up slowly. But right now I just want to see how this primer is performing. Really liking this primer so far, you guys. It's really adhering the shadows well. It's not making them skip. They're blending fairly easily over this primer. So far so good. I don't know if there'll be any creasing throughout the day, but as of right now, I really like how my brush is gliding over, and it's kind of super easy to blend these shadows out, which Morphe shadows usually blend fairly easily, so that helps. But I really like this. I really like that primer. Okay, you guys, I'm gonna go ahead and deepen the look a little bit. I'm gonna dip into this shade right here. It's kind of a deeper brown, just a little deeper, and I'm gonna use an M573 brush from Morphe and just work this back and forth into the crease to kind of deepen it up, and then blend out in circular motions. Next, I'm going to go in with this deeper brown and really with a light hand buff it out because I don't want to go too dark. So I'm just going to focus it on this outer part right here and the outer V and just really fluff it in and then work it slowly into the rest of the crease. Still with that same brush. I went ahead and I cleaned up around this look. It's fairly warm, just basic. Just a basic neutral eye at the moment. So I think I'm just gonna go ahead and use this, the Cashmere Love, and just make kind of a cut crease with it, kind of. Just, I'm not gonna actually do the concealer. That's pigmented. Do you guys see that? Okay, so. That's fairly pigmented. I was not expecting it to be like that. So far, I'm really liking this. Like I said, it's not fairly glittery. It just looks foiled. As it's kind of sitting and drying on my eye, it's like burning. So that to me tells me there's a lot of alcohol in here. There's no ingredients listed, but the Stila ones don't burn, neither do the Pixie Liquid Fairy Lights, so do be cautious of that. It didn't burn on my hand, but it is kind of burning my eyes. Not terribly, it's just kind of like a tingly feeling, so do be aware of that if that's something that's going to bother you. I'm just going to go in and take that same dark brown shade and just kind of blend it into the eye so it all looks cohesive. Okay, guys, next, let's go ahead and do the base. Before I get started with that, I do want to prime. So I do have two new primers. This is, it's not necessarily listed as a primer, but this is the Pixie Rose Flash Balm. I have been using this as a moisturizer, but then I didn't realize until Pixie made a post. This is a 3-in-1 product. This is a moisturizer, a primer, and a mask. And it says all this on the back. I didn't really read it, but when Pixie made that post, I was like, that's very interesting. This Hydrating Radiance Boosting Balm is the ultimate solution for waking up lackluster, fatigued skin in a flash for all skin types. Use AM or PM as needed. To use as a treatment primer, apply a thin layer to face and neck after cleansing. Do not rub. Follow a foundation if desired. To use as a mask, apply a thick layer and leave on for 5 minutes 2 to 3 times a week. So that's what I'm going to do. I was using this as a lotion, so I was kind of putting on a lot. So I guess I've been using it as the mask. So let me just go in with a thin layer. Like I said, it is thicker. So let's do that. And I am excited to use this. I think it's necessary for what I'm doing today because, okay, now that I apply it, thinking it's a primer, it does feel like a primer. So that's fairly cool. Anyway, the primer that, oh my God, Yesenia. The foundation that we are using today is the Morphe Fluidity Foundation, and I don't know if you guys have seen reviews, but a lot of people are saying it's extremely, extremely drying, even if you have oily skin, which I do, so I'm not too concerned about it because my skin isn't dry, but wow, I'm super impressed right now. This feels actually kind of like tacky. I mean, it's moisturizer. Most moisturizers feel tacky, but it's not like sinking into the skin immediately, so okay. Let's see how this works. Okay, next I'm going to go in with the Puff Eye Attack from Soap & Glory Turbo Boost Hydrogel. Helps fight dark circles and depuff eye. So this is a Soap & Glory under eye gel. And I've been needing an under eye moisturizer, and when I saw this, I just knew I had to have it. I picked this up at Walgreens. I believe it was $16. Looks like this. It's like, kind of looks like a lip balm to me, and it feels, it's like thick. It's like it bounces. It doesn't just like dip in. Where, okay, so like this, I dip in and just like barely anything comes off my finger. But if we were to say like my Elemis moisturizer, when you dip into it, it like lifts off. If that makes any sense whatsoever. Probably not, but I just thought I would kind of describe the texture to you guys. So it's a very thick, like jello feeling. It's hard to explain, but this is my first time using this, so let me just rub some into my eye, onto my finger, and see what this will do. I've noticed that sometimes my concealer will crease up under here, and so I really want to start prepping this area and moisturizing it well. So that way, hopefully that doesn't happen, but it does feel very nice upon application. I really like that. Okay, let's get into the foundation. So excited. I have been waiting to use this. I have not been home, and so I'm so excited to use this. Kind of scared. I got the shade F150. This is, I thought it would say like, I'm pretty sure I got this is a fair with neutral undertones. So this is what it looks like. The package is really simple, really cute, and I'm so scared. I really just want it to work because I would hate to hate a Morphe product, but I really just want it to work. So here is some of it squeezed. Let me just blend in my moisturizer there. So it's not too liquidy, not too thick. That's what it looks like. It looks a little yellow, which, does neutral mean yellow? No, because there's a yellow undertone, there's a pink undertone. So that's why I went with neutral, because it wasn't pink and it's not yellow. So usually I do like a yellow foundation because it will combat my redness, but you know what, let's just try it. I don't want to mix anything in with it because I really want to see how this performs on its own. But a lot of times I do mix in foundations, like other foundations I have. I usually use my LA Girl white foundation, but I'm not going to do that today. And if it's too yellow, too dark, we can always fix it with concealer and stuff. So let me just begin blending this out. I'm using my EcoTools blending sponge. This has literally become my favorite. I use it every single video almost. I also do love my beauty blender, but I don't know why. I just love like how this one has like it has a blunt end, it has a short blunt end, it also has the rounded end, and then it has that tip on the top. So I just love this sponge and it's super affordable. Okay, this is blending out really nice. It's full coverage, as you can see. And it's thick. It's not like dripping down off my face like the L'Oreal Freshwear, one of my favorites. That one is super liquidy, and if I were to have put that on, it would have dripped everywhere. It's gonna pin my hair back. I bought these clips and I keep forgetting to use them. I'm really liking everything so far. Like, I love how my brows look right now. I love that eyeshadow. It's just simple, but it still looks nice, and it was really quick to do that. So far, I'm liking everything I've tried. But we'll have to see about this foundation. Like, I don't know. It's full coverage, which I love, a good full coverage. And it doesn't look, the fuck, something just went in my eye that burned. I do like the color match. It's hella yellow on this camera. Like, I'm looking at it in the viewfinder and it's yellow, but in person it honestly doesn't look that bad, you guys. So that's weird. So that is the foundation. I like the coverage of it so far, and it really, I heard a lot of people say that it was like bunching up and kind of patching up. I kind of can see that on my one pimple right here. You guys probably can't see it, but it is just a little kind of textured there. My pores aren't that bad. I can see them when I talk, but if I just stay still, it's not that bad. But when I make facial expressions, I can see kind of like texture there. So let me just keep blending out. Before I move to concealer, I do want to use a hydrating spray. This is the Pixi Rose Glow Mist. This is marketed as a dual phase elixir packed with essential fatty acids and antioxidants, leaving the skin with a natural glow. So you can either use this as a makeup fixing mist, or you can use it as like a hydration before you put makeup on. So I'm gonna use it now to kind of settle the makeup and maybe give it some moisture. Now let's move into concealer. I also picked up the Morphe concealer that they just came out with. I got mine in the shade C135. This is marketed as a light concealer with cool undertones. And a lot of people were saying they loved the foundation but hated the concealer because the concealer is just 10 times as thick and drying. So let's see. I really, really love the packaging of this concealer, you guys. Some people, aka Jaclyn Hill, compared this to Tarte Shape Tape, and other people just hate it. So let's see. This is what the concealer looks like. It is thick. Like, this is thick. Wow. That is a thick concealer. Okay. So I'm just going to take a little bit, just a little bit, and just focus it. I'm not going to do like a full sweep under my eye because I don't want it to become too dry. So I'm just going to focus some right here on my nose, on my chin, and let's do that for now. Let's just see. It is very brightening. Like, I don't know if you guys can see right here on my chin how brightening that looks, so I really like that. It is blending fairly nice right now. Okay, I have never had that happen. I don't know if it's just because I waited long enough, but in one of my videos, a lot of people were like, don't set the foundation, it's too dry, and I felt my face and I was like, nah, this is too tacky for me. But with this foundation, it feels like I put powder on. Like, I've never had a foundation do that before. It's like dry. Like, wow, that's weird. I'm still gonna set it with powder just because I'm paranoid and I don't want to have my blonde I don't want to have my bronzer blend weird over top of this, so I'm still gonna set just a little bit using my Rimmel Stay Matte powder, and then I will go in just a little bit under the eyes with my Maybelline Loose Fit Me powder like I always do. But so far it's just full coverage and really pretty. I'm gonna use a very light hand to set under here because, like I said, everyone was just saying that the concealer is just so dry and so heavy. So I'm just literally setting it with such a light hand right here. I like love how this looks. Like, I thought I was gonna end up hating it just because everyone else hates it, but maybe it's because I have oily skin and I moisturize really well before application. But right now, I love how this looks. It's full coverage and it looks flawless. Again, I know there's the whole thing that it looks yellow, but in person, it doesn't look like that. So I love it. Let's go ahead and bronze, but before that, I do want to try this. This is the Morphe Continuous Setting Mist. I did spray this and oh my god, it's like the most fine mist. I cannot wait to use this. It smells so good. That was so like fun. It doesn't even feel like you're putting anything on. I think this was 20. I don't remember, but that felt really good. Oh, wow. That smells good. I'm gonna like go through this like crazy. I can already tell. That smells good. I like that. That felt really nice. Okay, next we're gonna go ahead and use this. This is the Maybelline City Bronzer. I picked this up at Walgreens. I am in the shade 100. I think that's the lightest one. They had a 100 and a 300. And the one in the middle was missing, so I'm assuming that was 200. So I went with the lightest one. This was $10, I think. This is what it looks like. It looks fairly nice. I'm gonna go ahead and go in with my Real Techniques 300 brush. Just looks like this. It's like pinched. Let's see how this makeup blends on top of this foundation. The bronzer is really light, but I like that. I don't like when bronzers are super dark and you kind of have to work at blending them out. This goes on really pretty, and it's just kind of like a light bronzer. So I actually really like that. I could have probably went ahead and used the 200 bronzer, but I think if I just build this up, it'll just look really natural. Let's go in with some blush. I'm gonna go ahead and whip out my Morphe palette. This one is the 8C, and I'm gonna go ahead and go in with the shade It Girl, this really pretty pinky coral up here. Just with a light hand. I've never really like gone heavy on blush just because I'm red as it is, but just for like a little bit, I'm just gonna go in and tap this on. Maybe it'll take down some of this yellow that's appearing on the camera. Really quick, you guys, let's go ahead and get into highlighter. I don't have a new highlighter that I want to test out or anything, but this has been sitting in my drawer staring at me for a really long time. It's the Wet n Wild loose highlighter with in the style Written in the Stars. I feel like I might have used this in a recent video, but I used it kind of as a topper. I didn't really use it as a full-on highlight. So I'm gonna go ahead and try that. It's really glittery, so I'm kind of nervous. I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna go ahead and spray it just so the kind of glitters stay on the brush and they're kind of wet. So well, oh no, I need to blend that out. It is really popping, like, so I'm just gonna put on a little bit and then blend out the rest. But oh wow, oh wow, let me just blend this in. It is popping. I'm not mad at it though. I want to say this was only $4. And I used literally a little bit. Like, I used a little bit. I'm not mad at that though. Lastly, you guys, we are going to dip into a new lipstick. This is the shade Pinkies Up from ColourPop. I have never tried their lipstick before, but this looks like a fairly nice color, and I'm so excited to try this. I'm just going to go ahead and line my lips really quick using the Maybelline Nude Lip Liner. This one is just really good for like any color. It's a little darker than I expected, but it's still really pretty and smooth and creamy. Okay, you guys, so now that everything is on, let me just take a close-up look at my face. Let me see if I can show you guys, but it just looks smooth apart from like this area of my face. There is some like creasing, which I don't usually have right away. That usually happens later on in the day after I've been wearing my foundation for a while, but it looks like amazing, like perfect, apart from, like I said, this area right here. It's just, it looks kind of caked up. So maybe next time I will really go heavy on the moisturizer and the primer right there, but other than that, I really like how the base looks. Let me try and blend this down my neck so it doesn't look so yellow for you guys. But I really do like how the base looks, and like I said, everyone has their preferences. So some people might like truly hate this and hate how cakey it is, because I can only imagine what a dry skinned person would look like, because I have oily skin and I usually get oily in this area. So the fact that I'm oily and this is kind of creasing up and drying up right here is kind of, I've never had that happen. So I can understand why people with dry skin would maybe not like this foundation. If you have dry skin, I recommend you go in heavy on the moisturizer, heavy on the primer, like a hydrating primer, and also really use a hydrating setting spray to set the foundation down, to blend the foundation in, and so on and so on. Maybe if I didn't set with powder, I wouldn't have this issue, but because I talk so much and I have so much movement going on in my face right here, it's just really starting to kind of just show. And it doesn't honestly look that bad. It's just, if I had to critique anything, that's what I would say. But so far, I really like it, and I'm gonna play with it more. For only $18, I mean, it's not that bad of a price. As far as these go, I really like how opaque and pigmented it is. I would like for a little bit more glitter, but honestly, it's still really pretty, and for only $4, I can't complain. The eyebrow stuff, I am digging my brows, you guys. Like, they look natural, but at the same time, batty. Like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, I really, really like how they look. The lipstick is absolutely beautiful, and it is a matte formula, so I really like that as well. And this setting spray is gorgeous. Like, I already know I'm gonna run through that. The under eye gel was beautiful, so was the Pixie balm. I think that really helped to prep the skin, and I am digging this primer, you guys. I thought it was just gonna be like NBD, but I really like how the colors blended on top of that. I'm not sure why people don't talk about that product, but I really like it. So yeah, you guys, thank you so much for watching this. Let me guys know your thoughts in the description. Are you guys gonna try the foundation? What do you think about the look? Let me know what you guys think. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.